Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm MysteriousSJG. Last time we decided that we were going to, after forgetting for a few videos that I had the points to spend since we didn't get into any combat, deciding to get better with combat. I mean, with our spare ammo on our sniper rifles. I'm going to switch to the Infiltrator. Tactical Agent Infiltrator rank because somebody in the comments suggested, and the more I think about it, the more I imagine they're going to be right, that getting like mystical traces around enemies where we can see where they are through a scope when we're using sniper rifles all the time, it's probably going to be really good for us. We've got 3 more points to spend. Now I could wait and level up and have 7 and be able to take our sniper rifles up once again, which is probably the path of wisdom, because then we can get to faster reload speed or higher clip size. Actually, neither of those really do I give a shit about. And higher clip size is not going to make a big difference in the Black Widow or the Widow, the 2 sniper rifles that I'm thinking about using. Because getting a really high-level Widow and then baking in that perk with the augment with the... you get your shields replenished every time you go through a clip when there's only 1 shot per clip. That sounds like fun. But we need to get level 5 before we can get to level 6. And that's when the shit gets real. Because we got plus 20% sniper rifle damage. We can also get the rate of fire, stability, and reload speed bonuses for killing quickly, which seems kind of lame. But just a constant boost to damage and force seems really good. We could also spend our points right now to get increased pistol mobility. Eventually, we will max out the pistol, but I'm in much less of a rush to do it because right now I figure the pistol is a lightweight thing that we can keep around for situations where we just get screwed and have to fight in close quarters. But generally, if I get into that position, I'm probably just going to run away and using cloak and try to get back into sniping range anyway. Combat fitness we could also take up another level to get extra holster. That actually is potentially useful to us because it would give us plus 25% weapon weight capacity. I don't care about extra loadout. Conceals. Yeah, regeneration I do care about. Heavy lifting I care about. Although that's going to boost weapon clip size, which I'm not excited about. Actually, probably with this, I want to go eventually with regeneration extra holsters because that does my weapon weight capacity. Well, let's check. Our current slowdown on our powers based on our carrying capacity. And I just got done saying I don't care about switching this from 30 or 28 to 20. But right now it's at 28. So what if we spend some points? Because again, I also just want to get combat points spent because I'm trying to up the base damage boost to sniper rifles and increase sniper rifle damage with each skill point invested in the combat skill group. I'm hoping that eventually this plus 3 will go up as I put in more points. So combat fitness, extra holster. We're still at 3. Accuracy and headshot went up to 5, but we're still at 3 overall boosted damage. So maybe that one's capped out. I sure hope not. So we'll take a look and see what that did here before we decided that was worth it. Power recharge speed minus 3%. Oh, that made a huge difference. That makes a huge difference. Power recharge speed 100%. Okay, there is no plus bonus. There is nothing where you can have a faster than normal recharge speed. you can only reduce your penalties to 0. So right now, if I only equip one weapon, I'm actually at 100%. And now I have a tiny penalty if I equip the pistol. So that made a pretty big difference, actually. Now, was it the best thing, or should I have held out for sniper rifle? Because if I had that, and then I got 4 more, I'd be at 7. And that means I could get reload speed on the next level up, and then the level up after that, I would have had 2 points left over. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm actually going to back out and undo that, because even though that extra holster and your weight carrying capacity increase is significant to my power recharge penalty, I think being 2 levels away from fully maxing out that sniper rifle is probably more valuable to me. So what I will do instead of sniper rifle and then combat fitness is I will do sniper rifle, and then I will hold on so that next time I can get reload, and then level up after that I can get damage and force. And once I've maxed out sniper rifle, I can work on combat tools, followed by pistols, followed by, if I decide I want to get concussive shot or turbocharge or something. Yeah, turbocharge actually sounds pretty good, because it does not appear to be... It does not use any power cells, and it just gives you a temporary gun damage bonus. So actually, I can't see any reason why I wouldn't want to work on this, except that it takes up a power slot. So I could eventually do that and have that take up the slot that currently is overload. So I would have assault turret, tactical cloak, and overload. Unfortunately, I do think I'm pretty sure what this is going to be, and it's going to take up a slot that I'm going to want to use. So your limited number of powers you can have equipped at one time really impacts whether it's worth leveling a bunch of other shit up. Because eventually I'm going to have to either give up this awesome new remnant technology thing I could level up. I'll have to give up cloak, or I'll have to give up something. I can only have 3 things at a time. You're already leveled up. You just got 2 points left, right? Yeah. All right. Helping Havarl scientists involves traveling to the planet Havarti. Let's not do that right now. Let's scan for this intruder. Let's scan Suvi. I detect sapphic tendencies.
Sam's been compiling our star charts. The other pilots on the Nexus will have plenty of new trails to follow.
You can drop the charts off the next time we're there.
Funny. A few months ago, that station was like a war zone. Flying was my only way to escape the chaos.
Now it's
become a haven, just as it was meant to be.
New Haven, Connecticut. Everyone's pitching in. It could use a lake. Hoo-hoo! That's be funny for once.
Every good space station needs a big lake. Maybe some fountains.
Indeed. Even non-amphibians need a little water. Regardless, the worst threat to the whole initiative is still that monstrosity.
You mean aphibian?
You mean the Scourge?
I still see it crippling the Nexus in my memories.
Oh, shoot my...
I had to train other pilots in hazardous flight techniques just to look for food and water. It's a cage
Alright,
that
I'll tell you
eats
what, let me
good
see if I
ships
can
and good
swap
people.
out my controller while
Aliens
he's
won't be
talking.
home, so long as it's a threat.
We can coexist with that thing. It'll always be a threat, yeah.
It's a huge space anomaly. It's not going away in anyone's lifetime.
If we could somehow neutralize it, or if our ships had defenses against it.
I'm sure the plot will
Still,
get us there eventually.
that's
Maybe
what we
not
do,
this
isn't
game.
it?
Maybe not the
Find a
next
way
game,
where
but
there is
soon.
none. Just see the Nexus for proof of that.
Sorry, I'm trying to switch my controller. You were supposed to... No. It's all going to hell. You were supposed to keep talking longer. Stop it. No, you are not the controller I meant to activate. It's not... Damn it. It's not doing what I want it to do. There we go. I actually have 3 controllers, and I have a little, like, recharge station that can fit 2, and I'm, like, sitting here with my headset on and the cable stretched trying to deal with this issue because I thought he was going to talk longer. Should have known the Solarian guy would rush through his dialogue. That's right, I'm racist against Solarians. Alright, so I'm going to keep scanning this ship. Sam, has your node developed additional weight? Are you putting on weight, Sam node? Is that why, Ooh. Airlock
no
structure.
Extra mass in the airlock. Too bad. It'd be easy to get rid of it.
I'm looking right at it. What? I feel like I'm probably not supposed to be seeing it from here.
None of the equipment in here would produce extra mass readings.
What about extra mass relays? Oh, let me jump down. Don't make me use the... Oh, fine, I'll use the ladder. Fine, I won't shatter my shins. Ryder has broken his shin bones about 100 times during the course of me hopping around on the Nexus between the terminal where you can get your research points during a timed interval and where you send guys off on missions.
No extra mass in the bathroom. Phew. 70 kilos is a lot to flush away.
Oh, it's zany.
You know, there was a time when Sid was afraid of space. We were traveling a lot, and one day she just woke up and realized there was nothing outside the shuttle walls. Happened more than once. She'd panic. I'd hold her for as long as it took. She doesn't even remember now. It was only for a month or 2.
I hope she doesn't have to...
Funny, huh? The things they don't remember.
And you feel like it's up to you to hold on to it, or else it's just gone.
And there's just something there that you know you're missing.
You're like the grizzled veteran. You're Mr. Emotion.
Just hold on to it.
And then he presents his penis. Sorry. Yeah, the grizzled old veteran with the soft side, except that we're seeing the soft side way more than anything else.
Everything here looks normal. No stowaways, no extra mass.
Sam. Oh, that's a respec station. I'm not messing with that. I've been actually pretty careful, fairly careful about my choices with spending points, actually. Arguably anal retentive about it. I mean, as I max out the things I really want maxed out and get to the point where everything's just gravy, I will probably get a little bit more. Too fucking bad.
Bridges 4, engine rooms aft, med bay starboard.
What's starboard?
Hard stuff up front, powers and back.
Rudder.
That Archon. Arrogant son of a bitch. Maybe that's redundant for a cat.
I don't know what you even mean by redundant. Oh, son of a bitch. Maybe all their ladies are bitches? At least we know the enemy, and it is not us.
He's also the first kid who bothered to talk to us. That's useful intel.
True. They can communicate. They just prefer to open fire. So, what else is new?
Nothing.
See you later, Cora.
I see you later,
I'll be here.
alligator. Okay, the EVA module has nothing to do with this plot. It's just stuff I could have scanned and didn't before. Oh. Appears to be considered... What?
Got it. Suvi, That extra mass is behind the storage room bulkhead.
Behind it?
It looks like a construction mech welded right into the hull.
Scanning the parts has activated an audio log.
I think I know what that's about, Ryder. Come up to the bridge.
It's kind of random. Did we get extra points for scanning all this shit? Should I continue scanning shit just to get extra points? Well, Super Colo thinks he knows what the score is. Let's get up there and see what's going on. Super Colo was a luchador in WCW, presumably elsewhere, but let's hurry up. Hurry up back to your position, Liam, so you can talk about movies.
Still not playing with you.
I'll play. Why? Because I have more degrees than you have fingers.
Zing.
Oh, shots fired.
So where is Gil? Should I be talking to him, getting his opinion on kooky alien man?
Those parts
What
you
a
found
stupid
welded in the
Noah.
storage room. I recognize them.
They're my
From where?
erector set from when I was a kid.
They belong to the ship's lead designer, Lucille Diawara. She broke her back during construction. But Lucille wouldn't abandon her ship. She converted a construction mech into a rig she could wear. She must have welded it into the hull. Her artist's signature.
She really cared. Then we found it.
600 years later, the power's run out. Suvi detects it.
Sam, didn't you find an audio log with Lucille's rig? Can you play it?
No.
Sam found my construction gear then. Well done. One of you Pathfinders got the Tempest. Mason Barrow, Zevin Reka, Matriarch Ishara, Alec Ryder. You were the best of us.
I'm great too. I wonder how many are left.
Dad's gone. Makes you wonder how many other Pathfinders made it.
We'll find out. It's what you do.
Take care of my ship and each other. Whatever is in Andromeda, you're the Milky Way to them. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
That's the great Shakespeare, a Solarian.
I never thought I'd hear Lucille's voice again.
Was that even a Shakespeare
She
quote, or
really
am I
cared about the
completely freaking
Pathfinders.
wrong? I know it's...
Enough to give them her rig. For luck.
Save it for posterity. It belongs here. Ugh, I don't know what I would think. Yeah, I think it stays here.
Lucille made it a part of the Tempest. Let's keep it that way.
I'll see to it, Ryder.
Thanks. Now let's go make her proud.
By doing side missions. I wonder if that was what I was supposed to do. Hey, we got more viability points. Which seems weird, actually. We got Andromeda viability points? I don't understand what... Does that mean we got Nexus points or something else? I don't really remember what menu we go in to figure that shit out either. Oh, here. Total Andromeda viability points, 195. 1951. Okay, so it was Nexus points, just not enough to quite push us up. Damn, that was close, though. I really just want to get a couple more points there. All right, CV, you talked to me about extra
it going?
mass, and that was it. All
I
right,
should get back to things.
Sounds good.
that's what you got. I guess I am wondering what Gil is up to now that I heard him talk
can I
about
do for
poker,
you?
and he hasn't.
I'll let you
We haven't
concentrate.
spoken to him since the
You know
new
where I'll
alien
be.
freak showed up. I have unused skill points. Yeah, shut up, game. Let me figure this shit out. PB has vanished. I'm sure she's somewhere on the ship. Well, duh. I'm sure she's somewhere on the ship. Good call, JG. Okay, PB and Gil are both back in the engine area, which makes sense because in all my dancing around, I never quite got all the way back there because we. What? Open! What's this, station fall? Is the doors are suddenly not cooperating? Is Floyd going to turn on us next? I guess we can quick check my strike teams. Yeah, I do have one that got back. Yeah, he succeeded in their mission. So we can send them off another one. You guys, yeah. Silver is more valuable than bronze, and at this point, if we don't have new, more interesting missions to do,
You have new email.
if we don't have new and more interesting missions to do soon, I'll send. We'll send Team Yankee on that mission when they get back. There's PB and Jay.
I did not like the look of that Archon. Maybe the Angara will let me pitch a 10 on Aya for the duration.
I'd like to pitch 10 on you. Yeah, we should call ourselves J Rider, and then we could hook up with PB, and our Hollywood couple name would be PB and J.
Didn't think you were the type to run from trouble.
Well, when you put it that way. All right. Next time, keep him on the line. I might have something to say.
Flirting.
I like it when you flirt. I wouldn't want you to stop.
Why don't you try flirting with the Archon?
I flirted with you? Don't worry, Ryder. I'm relentless. It relaxes me.
Much like sex does.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
You know it, man. Alright, where you at, Gil? Where my Gil at? Where you at? I have to give Gil another chance. Like, the early conversations with Gil were so over the top, trying to make him all zany and hilarious.
There you are. Gotcha.
Flirt. Not flirting with him. You talk to the engine core? You busy?
Am I interrupting?
Yes.
Nope. I go the way the wind blows.
Here, there,
You're here
wherever
now,
the wind
so
blows.
you're the wind.
You blow.
Just dealing with some scourge issues. That Archon fella tried to warn you not to joyride into it, but you were just la la la. It was an act first, think later move. I respect it. Well, more like I resemble it. Hey, you play poker?
The Archon did not actually warn us about anything,
Poker.
other than
Card
not
game,
messing with him.
bluffing, betting. It's an age-old measuring stick of a person's character, fortitude, guts.
Play it with Jaw.
Used to think maybe it was my calling. Turns out I'm just good at it. Never lost, heads up. We should play sometime.
You might regret it. I'll see if I get really bored.
Maybe if we get a break from duty.
A little distraction can be useful. Let yourself wander a bit. You might come back sharper. Next time we port up and you're in the mood, I'm always in the mood.
It's time for the dude to get busy on you.
The Angara was super curious about the ship.
Yeah, see, this is kind of what I was hoping to hear about.
Asked me questions.
What do you make of them?
They know their shit. Quick-minded, sharp. They'll make good allies.
Okay.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
That's kind of what I wanted. I was curious what our engineer thought of this new guy who's poking at the ship. After I got through with the poker nonsense, he gave me what I was looking for. I'm not a big card player. I'm not a card shack. But it can be fun to play cards sometimes. Oh, actually, no, this isn't what I meant to do at all. I meant to, that's actually has not been useful yet. This is what I meant to do. Okay, we actually have not spent enough time for that to trigger. I don't know how that triggers. It is not just a flat, the time you spend playing the game. It might be the time you spend not on missions. For now, even though we discovered a new species, and you'd think that would be exciting news for the, you'd think that would be pretty exciting news for our friends at the Nexus.
I'm picking up something.
Well, let's do this. Whatever this is, we'll do this first. The challenging probe launch
Tracking
game.
a huge mineral deposit.
Well, let's get in there. Hey, you mind if we steal all the minerals from your home system? Thanks. Maybe it'll be platinum. We could use a spot of platinum, mate. An asteroid made of platinum. That's beryllium. It's a lot of beryllium, though. Suppose there's no reason not to clear out the system. Sanyasol. Yeah, all Dragon's been putting me to shame reading all the descriptions for all the planets in Mass Effect. Although 99.9% of them don't matter. Since this is all new to me, maybe I should take more of an interest than I have been. I don't know why we would have, like, scripted out, written descriptions of these planets that we've never visited before, but... Despite its comfortable temperature and gravity, Sanyasol's composition is highly toxic and inimical to most life forms. It would be difficult at best to colonize. So they don't actually give you that much. Throw out some numbers for atmospheric pressure. They don't really get into what specifically the atmosphere is, just that it's toxic.
Probe away. Satellite detected.
Hey, a cat satellite is well concealed low in Sanyasov's orbit. Dallas is designed to observe Angaran activities in the system. Disabling it permanently is a simple task. Well, let's do that. We got research data for it. We did not get, like, helping the Angarans points. Possibly because shutting that satellite down will draw the attention to the Ket. Draw the attention of the Ket to the system. It was like shooting, it's like in the, think JG. Disabling cameras in the original Metal Gear Solid, you can't just shoot them in first-person view, because there wasn't really first-person view shooting. So you don't get to do that until the second game. But in the second game, shooting out a camera sends guards to investigate while the camera's down, which makes sense. So this is kind of like shooting a camera in a Metal Gear game. Yeah, do it, but then you better freaking hide and hope that they don't decide to replace it. Hey, this is a system with a whole bunch of Scourge in it. I didn't really notice that before. My Rev. My Rev, my dog. Doesn't look like there's anything interesting going on here. The Angara have established a research station on the boiling, toxic surface of Myrav. It appears unmanned and in danger of destruction. Perhaps the Angara lack the resources to maintain it. Yeah, they've really, like, cut back on the level of background detail that you get for each of these planets, which is kind of disappointing, because the whole point of this game is that you're exploring space that's totally new to the humans. I did just complain a minute ago it wouldn't make sense for us to have in-depth discussion of all these planets. Especially because, like, this is probably the first time where we're going to planets where Ryder and his crew are literally the first Milky Way inhabitants to reach them. Because, you know, as we're flying around Eos and stuff, it was established that the Nexus people had tried to explore.
I'm picking up something.
Well, I was going to hit the button to scan anyway, Suvi, but thanks. Ovario's surface is primarily composed of iron, but mountains rich with less common metals dot the landscape. Scans indicate that the Angara have often sent mining expeditions here. A little platinum, perhaps?
Probe away. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Oh, it's graphite. That's a lot of graphite. If we find a platinum deposit of that size, we will most assuredly be able to build that stupid armor, but Fetvun is the last place we haven't explored, so let's get over to Fetvun. Let's get over to Fetvun. There's a black hole, which we don't seem to get to scan like we did that other black hole. Or maybe it's the same black hole, and we can see it from really far away. Because it's so black. And nothing. Every century, Fetvun's orbital path takes it dangerously near a stretch of scourge. It appears to be bleeding atmosphere as a consequence. Wow. Too bad. So sad. Yeah, we're halfway to scanning enough planets for whatever mission. Maybe we should just scan some planets for a while. It's actually pretty much time to start a new video. So let's make sure that we're not... And I said like 10 videos ago at this point. It feels like that we were going to go to EOS and finish those missions. I definitely want to do that before I finish this session, so that the next time I'm just clicking through...
This system looks mostly unexplored.
It was charted once. Then the scourge happened. What's old is new.
Anomaly detected.
But I do want to definitely finish, before this session's over, another mission or two on EOS to kick our Nexus level up so that we can get another perk. And the next time I'm just hanging around the apartment, maybe tidying up or something, and occasionally checking to see if I've got a new reward, I can get a new time-based reward other than Milky Way research. Let's consider that a goal for the next video, or 2, or 3. I'm the MysteriousJG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Mass Effect Andromeda.